That's that pose. Hey, let me see the camera.
Hey man, you can't be hiding the goatee.
Oh no, I ain't had it. No, I ain't had it. No. What up, cuz? Hey. Kill the camera. He said, give me that camera.
Those were all my cousins. One of them was trying to get the camera.
Hello, cameraman.
Now just don't take your granddad. Take everybody.
My granddad.
What you say?
Don't take your granddad. Take everybody.
My nana.
Okay, so yeah.
These are my cousin Michael. My uncle Lisa. And we need to put more.
Look at the camera on my face, what?
Break it down.
My auntie.
It's recording.
Miles, come on back here.
Even though when everybody's not done this, I'm going to turn up the camera because I don't want the battery to run.
I want everybody to pay close attention to the next presentation. It's a family history. And I think this is the most important presentation of the night. And our family historian, Teresa Jackson, affectionately known as Taddy, my Aunt Taddy, she's gonna come, and I'm glad she's doing this, and I'm excited about it, and I know that this is gonna be a wonderful presentation. So everybody, all the kids, grandparents, get your parents, get your kids, so that we know our history. All righty? At this time, Teresa Jackson.
Thank you. Jenkins-Wysinger family history, family togetherness, yesterday, today, and always. Revell Jenkins, affectionately known as Uncle Pat, was born on May the 10th, 1898, in the state of Mississippi. He was the second child born to Willa Ann Richardson Jenkins and Simon Jenkins. Revell had 3 sisters and 4 brothers. Uncle Pat was a good son to his mother and attended school until the 3rd grade. Pat's greatest passion was farming and blacksmith. He believed that everyone must experience mental, physical, and spiritual well-being in order to become a whole person. Revell was known throughout the South, and especially in the state of Mississippi, as a kind, good man and a community leader. He weighed in at 185 pounds and stood 5 foot tall, 8 inches, on both legs, and had a smile that would light up any room. Around 1919, Revell was united in holy matrimony to Eleanor Wysinger. Eleanor, affectionately known as Al, was born on August the 8th, 1903. Her father was a descendant of the Blackfoot Indian tribe, known for their straight black hair and dark complexion. Unfortunately, Eleanor's mother died at childbirth, but Elle had sisters and brothers and Uncle Perry, her mother brother, to love and care for her. Uncle Perry moved them from Washington County to Belila, Mississippi, close to Fannie Swift Farm. Fannie Swift was Rebel's grandmother, and Nora was about 16 years of age, and Rebel around 20 years old when they met. Great-grandchildren and 13 great-great-great-grandchildren. And Nora was the homemaker, and Pat was the leading post of their family. She would get up early in the morning just to bake yeast rolls and sweets, such as egg custard and apple pie, along with frying chicken and cooking rice and gravy for breakfast. During her leisure time, she would make quilts because she believed in utilizing everything, along with training and teaching her children good skills in homemaking and respect. Courteousness was her prime objective. Pat knew that the measurement of a man came from a great foundation, and Rebel never hesitated to give his children advice, sometime with a smile, sometime with a heavy hand. Family, church, hard work, and higher education was what Pat instilled in his children. As a family, they ate all their meals at the same table, together. As a family, they went to church together. As a family, they worked on the farm and fields together. As a family, they were members of the First Bethlehem Baptist Church, which today is a 101-year-old establishment. They were members of the choir, the mother board, the deacon board, the usher board, and the building committee, along with singing Dr. Watts on Sunday. Pat would often say to his children, "It's not how much you take to the bank, but how often you go to the bank. If you only had $10 and you take that to the bank often enough, then at the end of the year you'll have something. Then you can get what you want, you can get what you need, and you can own what you have. And when you own what you have, you don't have to take anything from anybody, because you own what you have, and you have what you need. And God bless the child that have his own." They were not the type of parents that hugged and kissed. But when you sat down at their table for breakfast, dinner, or supper, and Pat gave grace, you knew deep down that you were loved, and this is where you belong. These wonderful parents and grandparents are no longer with us. Rebel passed in 1979, and Nora December the 6th, 1980. I am honored to be an extension of such a family, Jenkins-Wysinger, because they are rooted in tradition, enriched in love, and bound by the blood. Amen.
We were a lovely family. We were an understanding family. We were very, very manable, which we don't have too much now in our families. But I know this is all coming together. These young men that's in here this evening and these young ladies, they're going to turn out to be very, very good boys and girls. But in our family, we was loved, but we still got little spinkers. Well, I don't say spinkers, we got whoopers. But as we came along, we loved each other, and in that house was nothing but love. And as Teresa said, when we sit down to eat, we had breakfast. They call it breakfast, dinner, and supper. And we would have a breakfast, and we all sit down and say our, Daddy would bless the food, and we say our verses. And we also would have dinner. And I remember very well when one had to come home at dinner time. My mother was not out in the field, she was at home. But one of us had to go home to help her get that dinner ready, because we came from a real large family. And we would go there and help her, you know, set the table and everything. It wasn't no, get your food out the pot, you know, stuff like that. It was setting the table, just like we had plates and forks today, that's what we had back then. And we had a long table. My daddy built it. But we was a family. We was a loving family. And Ciola was with us too, and she was just like my sister. She never she never was like a niece, you know. And people thought a long time that she was my sister, but she was my niece because she was raised by my mama and daddy. What else can I say? I remember one morning, you said 3 minutes, right? I was remember one day, I don't know if it was morning or lunch, a dinner or supper, but we were sitting down to this meal. And my father said, he said to Grace, I never will forget. And then he said, he would say to Grace, and then we'd say our verse. So that morning, we went around the table, and I thought it was so terrible, but he made me get up because I was the last one spoke. He said, let me see, one said, Jesus wept, and the other one said, Jesus crept in the room. And I said, where the women slept. And he said, I'll tell you what, you get up. So on that note, I would say that our family was just a loving family.
I'm finna sack the record straight. Revell Jenkins was not a loving man. Revell Jenkins was loving to his children, but he told me he kept me, keep me from starving. So how can you be so loving when you said that? But you know, I learned to overcome that, you know, because I know my grandmother was the best one that I ever known. And then I remember Katie's father, when he came down, I didn't know him when he was younger, but I knew him when he got older. And he came from Chicago down there, and he said, Pap ain't no good. And I would have said, thank you, Uncle Sundell. So I just wanted her to know, yeah, they said that I was raised up as their sister, but everybody was telling me, go home, get your home, you ain't got no home. So that ain't no loving family for Uncle Son. Now we are a loving family, you know. But when I was growing up, to me, I was in love, okay? Love you all, and God bless you.
The truth will set you free, all right.
But it was one thing that I used to do when I was little. When I ate and it was good, I used to hum. And I would sing. And Granddaddy used to say, girl, if you don't stop singing. And my grandmama always called me a miracle baby. So she was like, let her sing if she wants to. He said, I said, shut up. And I would keep humming. So one day, Granddaddy decided he was going to whoop me. And my grandmama decided that he was not going to do that. That I was going to do whatever I wanted to do at the table. So my grandmama got up, she said, I'm going to get this skillet and you're going to leave my baby alone. But she didn't really mean that. But I grew up at the end and it was me and Robert and Sherry and Dobie and Aunt May and Uncle Walter and Aunt Grace, and all of us were together. And they were kind of the ones that kind of looked over me. Dobie and Robert used to beat me up every now and then and take things from me when I didn't want them to take things from me and blame things on me because I wasn't able to tell the truth about the whole matter because I was 3 or 4 years old. I remember one time, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to shut up. I remember one time, Dobie used to work at Piggly Wiggly. And this was downtown Shaw, and she